Hi, today I'll be speaking to you today about the death penalty, more specifically lethal injections. In efforts to explain why I find lethal injections unusually cruel and unconstitutional. Between the years of 1890 and 2010s, the United States has chosen 5 methods in which it has gone about executing death row prisoners. One being lethal injections, which we will focus more on today, which boasts the highest rating of the botch percentage at a 7.1, gas chambers, electric chairs, hanging method, and firing squad. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, the United States has recorded 1,054 executions by lethal injections, 75 of which resulted in an unsatisfactory or cruel outcome. When I first heard it, I often asked myself, like, how? What is the outcome? And then I found that the American Medical Association, which is responsible for upholding the code of morals or ethics for all doctors, published that a doctor should not participate in any executions in any professional capacity, with the exception of certifying death, provided that the condemned has been declared dead by another person. That states that a doctor cannot be an executioner. And I mean, even in a case like Clayton Lockett in April 29th of 2014, he suffered a heart attack. This would have been totally preventable had they had a professional carry out the execution. However, they didn't, and according to Clayton's lawyer, the state of Oklahoma acquired the drugs used in a shady way. When the lawyer asked for basically the log of how the drugs were acquired, the state of Oklahoma refused. Why would they do that? Because in 2011, the company that was responsible for making the sodium thiopental stopped the manufacturing process. And in that same time period, states that already scheduled executions were looking for another way in order to get executions done without, inhumane problems. However, the state of Oklahoma tried to use a untested mixture of midazolam, and this is the first drug of the 3-drug process. Midazolam is to make the victim fall unconscious, and that is followed up by a verticonium bromide to paralyze. So in that case, the prisoner is first put to sleep, and then after that they are paralyzed, so they shouldn't feel anything that's going to happen. And then followed by that is going to be a potassium chloride, and that is used to slowly stop the rate of heart, or stop the heart rate. However, in the case of Lockett, the state of Oklahoma, rather than using the 500 milligrams recommended of midazolam, they only used 100 milligrams of midazolam. And what happened there? That resulted in Lockett feeling everything that happened. And during the time of his execution, it was stated that the procedure should have only been from 7 to 9 minutes long. And it was recorded that Lockett's procedure lasted 44 minutes, and he ended up dying of a heart attack. When asked afterwards, his lawyer was greeted by the answers of that he had a vein collapse, and the executioner wasn't prepared or wasn't qualified to deal with that. They also did not have any backup medication to combat the situation. So Lockett sadly perished to a heart attack, a brutal heart attack with his parents watching. So that is extremely, extremely cruel. In a 2016 report, Dr. Joel Zavat stated in his findings that over 200 lethal injection victims, he was found that the prisoner's lungs were filled with liquid and caused a sensation of drowning and suffocation. I mean, leaving on that topic, lethal injections is in no way a medical act, and states use the appearance of medicine to reassure the public in this process. It's still happening today. Even though it's kind of slowed up, the certain states, Alabama to be exact, just executed somebody last month using this 3-drug method, and it's still risky. So I call for support in helping us fight executions. And one way that we can do it is just life in jail without parole. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. I think that we can do that. For the last time, lethal injection protocol is heavily, for me, unconstitutional and unlawful. Thank you.